Hi everyone, it's Sandy here. This is Sandy Bacus. I believe they have my channel as well. At one point it was Sandy B Stitcher, and then I noticed they had Sandy Bacus at 6914. So I don't know what's going on. I don't see things for a little while and then I come back and everything's different. Anyways, this is a channel about cross stitch, and sometimes I might have something else to show. But mostly cross stitch. And I'm going to warn you, this video today, I am just not sure how it's going to go. We are going to attempt this. I have been wanting to do this for days, and it just seems like something comes up and I can't do it. And then the thought of trying to put everything all together at once, it was just more than I could handle. So I decided that what I would do is pause the video when I needed to do something behind the scenes here to get something else ready to show you. And I think that'll work, and we'll see how that goes. That may be how I do my videos from now on. And I'm kind of keeping an eye on my big Maine Coon because he just got up here on the table where the laptop is. And I have the laptop sitting on top of something, and I don't want to have a disaster. Oh, here he comes. Um, Axel. He's not a full-blooded Maine Coon. He is a mix. Axel, look at the people. See? See? Do you see the people? No. All you see is me, right? Okay. He's a big boy. All right. Um, I have a couple of whips to show you. I have some things I'd like to talk about as far as future plans. Well, I shouldn't really say future plans because every time I plan something, something happens and it doesn't. So let's just say goals that I have that I'm looking forward to, and then we'll see how those things work out. First, I will let you know that I'm doing okay. I have started, well, I don't know exactly how to explain it. Had taken a medication for anxiety and depression for quite a while. It's called Cymbalta, and it also helps with fibromyalgia, which they had said that I probably had a little bit of, along with my back issues and so forth. Well, my depression going into this winter was bad. And so I went to the doctor and she doubled my prescription. So I take um, the amount I was taking in the morning, but then I take that same amount again at night. The only problem I'm having with that is that it causes me to wake up a lot at night. So I'm not sleeping through the night. So a lot of times I just don't feel all that rested. But it has definitely helped with the depression. So, and also it has that pain reliever in it for the fibromyalgia, and it has helped my back some. So my back doesn't hurt quite as bad as it was. So that's a plus. Um, and we've had Thanksgiving. We're going into the winter season. Our weather here in northern Ohio skipped fall. Usually, the month of December, our average temperatures are high temperatures are somewhere in the 40s. Might be low 40s, but it's in the 40s. We have dropped down into the 20s and the 30s, and it has been that way for a couple of weeks already before Thanksgiving. And we've gotten multiple bouts of snow, and that's we would get an occasional snow in December, but not like this. And especially if you look further east towards Cleveland and the other side of Cleveland, oh my gosh, they have really been getting hit with the snow. Um, it's snowing out there today, but it's a light snow, and they said we probably wouldn't get more than, 1 to 2 inches. So we can live with that. I got somebody set up to snowplow, and took a little bit of work, but I found somebody. And so I'm not going to worry about it too much. My husband, as you know, is in the nursing home, or if you don't know, he is in the nursing home. He's a Vietnam vet who was exposed to Agent Orange, and he got Parkinson's. He's been in a nursing home for almost 3 years. He cannot walk and move around much. And for instance, he can't sit up in bed, um, nothing like that. He wouldn't be able to move, put his legs anywhere else in the bed from where he is. He can't talk, and it's a sad situation. So, but the only thing the weather would prevent me from is going to church on Sunday, or going to see him the twice a week that I usually go in. And he has a brother who goes in once a week. Um, okay, today is Sunday. It is December 7th, and that date has a great connotation for our country, as I think most of you know. That is the day that, or the date that the Japanese attacked Pearl Harbor back in 1942, I believe it was. If I remember correctly, sometimes the brain matter isn't working quite as well as it should. Um, I'm trying to remember when my last video was, and I was going to look here and see if I wrote that down. Uh, hmm. Well, maybe I didn't, but it's been a little while because, oh, maybe it was October 26th. May have been. I didn't think it was that long ago, but it may have been. But, and I started out, I was going to take more notes and have more information, and that didn't last too long because I keep forgetting to write things down. And if I have it in Pattern Keeper, I keep telling myself, okay, at the end of the day, I need to write down the number of stitches because that'll be gone in the morning. I keep forgetting. So I'll just be able to show you the stuff and give you some approximations. Let's see, was there anything else that I was going to mention before I got into showing you the stuff? Um, hmm, I don't know. So this may be a little just disjointed. Um, I feel like my voice is sounding strange because I have an ear that's kind of plugged up. And because it's kind of plugged up, I think I got some wax in there that I'm going to have to work on, um, getting that to soften up, and then use the syringe to get it out. But so my voice to me sounds strange, and I don't know if it's going to sound strange to you or not. Um, I have my pellet stove is running and the fan on it is running, so you may be hearing that in the background. And I'm going to go ahead and get started here, and I hope this isn't too too crazy. I do have some messes. Um, all right, I worked on, and I have this one right here, but I don't know where I put the. Oh, here it is. I worked on General Store. This is a Vickery collection pattern. It is by Mike Vickery, and this is what it looks like. Very nostalgic. Takes me back to my teenage days because that's what a lot of gas stations and cars looked like when I was a teenager. And I think I did actually write some stuff down about this one because, no, That's Route 66 that I wrote about. Okay. Oh well. But I can show you where I'm at. And I'm kind of changing the way that I'm doing some stitching. I'm kind of back stitching as I go. And this one, I'm going to move my little needle minder out of the way. What I'm doing is I was having a tendency to kind of go all over, not all over the place, but all over a whole section. And I kept getting confused as to where I was at and making mistakes. So what I'm doing is more of a stitch and parking method. It's not the total way that you would consider parking, but it's my way. But I hope you can see that. And where I was working here just recently was over here. I had not done, I had done this part up at the top, but I had not done any of this over here. So what I did was I started coming down here, and I will try to get that up a little closer there. And as you can see, I've parked threads. And this is, I really, really like this. I'm going to turn this back. Originally, I bought these to do so my husband could see them because he really likes the old stuff. And so as you can see, I still have a long ways to go on this. I am not a fast stitcher. I stitch on Aida mostly, but I'm doing my best. And I really, really enjoy being here and showing these to you. Okay, now let's see, what else do I have right here? Okay, I believe that I worked on Route 66, and this is Route 66. It's another one, just kind of like the other one. It's a Vickery collection with the older items. You can see the psychedelic van there. And I did write down a little bit on this one, but I don't know for sure if this is all I did on it or not. Well, I had 107 written down on October 27th, but then I have the date 10/28, but I have nothing written there. So I guess I didn't follow through with that one. Let me move my needle minder. This one, and if you've been here before, you know I have trouble with my arms and I can't raise them up really good. I probably should sit up here closer and just stay up here. Okay. I worked this time on the area, I'm trying to remember, I believe I worked on the area with I was doing back stitching quite a bit on this. And I was back stitching, I believe, on the motorcycle, that back wheel. I did some back stitching on that. And I believe that I worked, it's been a while since I worked on this. I believe I was back stitching on the bottom down there with that red car. And so it wasn't a whole lot that I did on this, but it was, and I don't count back stitches when I back stitch. Those are not included in my stitch counts. But that's Route 66. And I'm going to put that over here. And I believe that I worked on, I tried to write things down, but that's one of my goals for the new year is in January. Every time I work on a project, I am going to put a page, write it on a page, and I'm going to keep well, I kind of did it here on this one. I started this for this time. I put the name of the project, who it's by, what I'm stitching it on, and if I know the color of the fabric. And then I'm trying to keep track a little bit of the stitches, but I don't think that's going to happen. So you'll just see what I'm stitching, but I won't have the counts. That's all good for people that can keep track of all that stuff, but I guess I'm just getting too old and scatterbrained to keep track of everything. I think I did work on this. I showed this to you the last time, but I think I did some more work on it. This is Love Never Fails. Because November, my husband and I had our wedding anniversary, November 27th, and we had been, let's see, it's 47 years. And so I got this out and I was working on it in November. And I didn't write anything down. Shame on me. But I did get a little bit more done on it. In fact, I think I worked on it quite a bit. Now I'm trying to remember exactly what I did. Let me take a look at it real quick before I show it to you so I can. Oh yeah, I remember. I had previously worked up here, was coming down here. And then somewhere along the line, I got off by a row or something. So what I did was I came back over here. I'm having a hard time with this. It's flimsy. Maybe if I put it on front of this bag. Oh, and then I picked the bag up upside down and dumped everything out. See what happens? I'm just... Okay. Maybe I should have stopped this and start over. All right. I went down there to the bottom. The cat was in there. I finished up that border on the bottom there and went towards the middle and did some more there. And I went up and filled in some more of the part that's coming up around the heart. And so that's pretty much what I had gotten done. And I thought I'm going to work over then to the other side, and so I won't be getting off so far. And I hope you understood that. And as far as fabrics, those two Victory ones are on just plain Aida, and I think it's like ivory Aida or something. This is, I believe, Heroic. Where's my paper? See, I lose things so easily. I never know what I'm doing. Anyways, it's 14 count, and I believe it's a hand dyed. I believe it's Heroic. Okay. Now I think I'm going to pause you for a second, gather myself together, and then I'll come back with some more. Okay, we're recording again. All right, this next one, I've just been working on this morning and the last couple of days. This is Prairie Schooler, Christmas Eve, and I decided I was going to work on this. I would like to finish this month, but I'm not sure that will happen. Every time I say I'm going to finish something, something else happens. So this is where I'm at. I love this I think it's absolutely beautiful. When I got this chart, I had seen someone else's floss tube. I don't remember who it was, and they were working on this, and I went, oh my gosh! I immediately had to go and order this. But I really, really, really like it. It is 14 count. It's kind of a hard, chunky aida, and it is difficult to stab that needle into, but so it is slow going, but it's just beautiful. And the colors, I was sitting there the other night and I put in these stitches right here, the CHRIS, and I was like, oh my gosh, the color is so beautiful. And then that's all, you probably can't see that, but all the letters are surrounded by white. And then I had done up to here, and so I've done some of this here, working in here. And I'm just, I'm a slow stitcher, but I really do enjoy it. So I will set that over here. And the next thing that I have to show you is I was working on one of my heids, and this is Mini Victorian Garden, and this is artwork by Dominic Davidson. I love his artwork, and it's just, I love it. I'm doing this on 14 count ivory aida. Now here I got smart. I took the sticker from the package of material and I stuck it on the outside of this package, so I have it. Now I have to pull off my Q-snap here, so just bear with me for a second because I was just working on this up until a day or two ago when I started working on the Christmas one. And by the way, if I didn't say it, I love Prairie Schooler patterns. They just seemed so easy to stitch. All right, this one has not been stitched on that much. It's fairly new start. Well, not in time-wise, but in stitch-wise, because I have so many whips that sometimes stuff just doesn't get work done. All right. And the same thing here. I was kind of stitching down, and I've decided that I need to stay closer in so I don't I don't mess up where I'm going. So I'm filling in here as I go. I was working up here, and I did a lot of this up in here. So that's all the background for the trees and stuff. Hold it upright. Okay. Now this whip that I have is not cross stitch. And I pulled this out the other day, and I have developed arthritis, I guess, in my thumb, the bottom part of my thumb joint, from this part down into my hand, on both hands, but mostly this one. And I think could be because that's where I hold my Q-snap. When I'm stitching, I'm holding it this way in my hand. I do have some stands, and I got one out the other day. I bought several different kinds, and none of them seem to work well for me the way I stitch. And so I got the one out that you can stick the Q-snap into it and you put it on your lap. And again, I wasn't thrilled with it, so I didn't do much with it. I put it back and just did the best I could. But I got this crochet out and I thought, well, I'll try. And it hurt my hand so much that I had to put it back and say, well, maybe I won't be able to crochet anymore. Well, then I went on Amazon and I saw that they have these, they're almost like a glove. It's a brace for your thumb, and they have them for both hands. And the one that I found comes in sizes small, medium, and large. You measure your hand, and then it tells you which size you need. And you either get a right hand one or a left hand one. So they're, it seems like they'd be specifically made to fit right. So I'm going to order those and see if that will help with my cross stitching, and also see if it will help with my crocheting, because I would like to finish this. I did some hats, little beanies, a couple years ago, and then I started this, and it was going to be a throw for my chair, and I just haven't got very far. I can't hold this up very good, but there, that's where we're at. It's not a great big thing. I just wanted, just to cover, and, but it needs to be longer. So, um, there's that. And I've got the yarn, and just need to, heck is this? Don't know where that came from. Anyways, that's where I'm at with that. Um, Now let me think. I think that's all of the whips that I had worked on. And at one point I had shown you some of my whips that had not been out in a while, and I was going to do that today, but I'm running out of steam. So that is one problem. I tire easily. That's why I don't get a whole heck of a lot done. I did want to tell you about someone that needs prayers. Um, the lady that had been cleaning for me, her name is Barb. And Barb has a 4-year-old granddaughter. And her granddaughter got a virus a couple of years ago, maybe a year and a half or so. And it damaged her heart. And they said from the beginning that she would need a heart transplant. Well, now here we are. It's a year and a half, 2 years later. This child has been in Cleveland Clinic, main campus in Cleveland, for over a month. And they said this last time when she went in that she wouldn't be able to go home again until she gets a heart transplant. Um, she's not doing well, and they need to keep her there where they can watch her. Someone has to be with her 24/7. Her parents both work, and so Barb has been going in there and staying with her, and for the most part, and she sleeps at Ronald McDonald House, which is fairly close to Cleveland Clinic, and they have shuttles that run um, back and forth. And then once in a while she comes home and she takes care of things at home, and then she goes back. Um, the day before Thanksgiving, they, her, the little girl, her name is Brenly, her oxygen levels had dropped, and they were going to do surgery. Then she got a little bit better, so they said, okay, we're not going to do it today. We're going to wait. Well, the day after Thanksgiving, this happened again, and they had to do the surgery. They were going to do what's called, or put in what's called an LAV, I believe or LVAD. Um, I'm not exactly sure. Um, they did the surgery. She was in surgery for 9 hours. When they opened her up, they found that her heart was way worse than what they thought it was. And they knew that the surgery they planned to do was not going to help. So they did I think it was a BIVAD, a BIVAD. I am not, don't quote me on this because I don't know that much about it, but I think that is what Barb sent me in the text. Um, they did that surgery. Basically, what she has is the heart has 4 chambers. She has cannulas going into each chamber of the heart that are all hooked to machines, and those machines are keeping her heart going and pumping the blood throughout her body. Um, she made it okay through the surgery, and it was the day after Thanksgiving. They were going to keep her intubated for the entire weekend, and then the next Monday they were going to extubate her. I've not talked to Barb again since then, so I'm assuming that everything is status quo at this point. They have ordered an external heart from Germany because they don't think she's going to get what they call a hero heart, a donated heart. They don't think that she'll get one in time to keep her alive. So they've ordered this external heart. And from what I understand, it will be outside of her body, some way, shape, or form, and it will keep her heart beating, the blood flowing. But she can't leave the hospital as long as she has this external heart because they have to be watching constantly. They have to be monitoring her. So at 4 years old, and the last that Barb had said to me is that Brinley doesn't understand now why she's had to stay in the hospital so long, why she can't see her house, why she can't see her kitty. My heart breaks for this family. She's an only child. And Barb, the lady that was doing the cleaning for me, she's a widow who has raised her daughter from the time she was 4 years old. Her husband was killed in a car accident. She never remarried. And it's like so many things happen sometimes to just a small percentage of people. And as I said, my heart breaks for them. So I'm asking everyone to pray for this family. Pray that Brinley will get a hero heart soon. Pray that this external heart will keep her alive until she can get a hero heart. She is on the UNOS list as a priority. And I just, I just hope and pray that it will be enough. She's the cutest little girl. She's blonde haired. I've not seen her in person. I've just seen her pictures, but it's just, it has to be so difficult for them. So, anyways, that's my request is prayers for Brinley. There's also a GoFundMe account for Brinley. It's BRINLEY, and that's on Facebook. And I don't know if anybody has, you know, extra that they could possibly give to a GoFundMe. Um, but this family is probably going to be in debt for the rest of their lives. Um, it's just, we don't know why things happen to good people, but they do. And there's, God always has a plan. We just don't understand what that plan is, and we don't understand his timing. And, but, anyways, prayers would be, oh, so welcome. I did find someone else who is going to come and help me with the cleaning. She's going to start on Tuesday, and hopefully I can get the house halfway straightened around for Christmas time. Um, it's just, I don't know. I just don't feel real Christmassy yet. Um, I was awake half the night last night, so I didn't go to church this morning. This afternoon, I'm going to pull it up on YouTube. We do have it live streamed on YouTube. And I had gone back to bed this morning after I got up, and so I'm going to pull it up and watch it here in a bit. But I guess that's all. I told you that my plan in January is to try to become more organized. Um, went upstairs and I took a look around my craft room. It is a real mess, but I hadn't realized how many more projects that I have up there that aren't even in project bags yet. Some of them have the chart, the fabric, and the floss all put together, but they're not, you know, the fabric isn't marked with a mark, you know, a starting spot or anything yet. And then I have other ones that I have the chart and a bunch of floss put together, maybe not all of it. There's just so much. And I have a feeling that I bit off more than that I could possibly do in my lifetime. But we'll see what happens. All I can do is the best that I can do and keep trying. And I'm going to be coming back and visiting with you again. Um, I really enjoy your comments. If you liked my video and all my yakking and carrying on, I would appreciate you liking the video and subscribing. I have been watching some new um, floss tubers, new to me, um, and I I've noticed as I've gone down my subscription list that a lot of the people aren't making videos anymore. So I'm thinking about going in and just taking those people out so that I don't have to keep going over those channels aren't that have no content. So I guess that's all. I'm going to let you guys go. I will most definitely try to be back before Christmas and let you know where I got to on Christmas Eve. And I think I told you before, I have another Christmas project that I cannot locate the floss for. So I'm going to continue to look for that. And it's not like I can pull new floss for it because it's partially done and it was a kit. So the floss that I cannot find came in the kit. So I don't think I could really replicate those colors too easily. So I guess that's all. I hope that everybody had a good Thanksgiving. Mine was good. My daughter had to work from 1 to 6 that day, but Miranda, who lives with me, she had it off. So um, my daughter came over here in the morning and they got the turkey washed and in the pan and ready to go in the oven. And then stuck it back in the fridge. And then Miranda put it in the oven later and she started putting together some of the stuff, and then when Christy got home from work, um, we put the rest of it together. I kind of was having a really bad back day that day, and so I pretty much just sat on my butt and let them do it. We didn't eat until 9 o'clock that night, but that's because that turkey wasn't getting done. And come to find out, it was supposed to take like 3¼ hours. And I think it was in there more like 6. But my granddaughter, we had told her about tinting the turkey with the foil. Well, she misunderstood and she put the foil on the turkey when she put it in the oven. And so I don't think it was getting enough heat to get cooked. So it took about almost twice as long for that turkey to cook. But it did cook. It was very delicious. Everything else was very good. And I thank goodness that I had them, because my brother said he was going to stay at his house and he was going to get a dinner from Bob Evans. And him and one of his sons did go to Bob Evans that day, and he ordered the turkey dinner, and he said it was terrible. And I felt so bad. I thought I should have insisted that he come over here. But then again, I don't think he would have wanted to wait all those hours for that turkey to get done. So things happen. What are you going to do? It's just, it's life. We have to go with the flow. So, wishing you all um, good preparing for your holidays. I ordered Christmas off of Amazon. I think I've got just about everything that I need, and gonna go from there. So, Axel says goodbye. He's sleeping. I've got one over there sleeping, one over here sleeping, two upstairs sleeping in my bed, and the other one, he's sleeping, but I'm not sure where. Um, so I will see you again before Christmas, I promise, even if it's just a short one. So you guys take care. Sending out my love to you all, sending out my hugs to you all. Please like and please subscribe. Take care. Bye bye.